So in this video, I'm going to go over what your mindset should be when you use Heihachi's back 2, specifically on block. Now in Tekken 8, this is his 50-50 gimmick that you should gamble with occasionally. The hard part is landing it on block because of how slow and linear it is, so I'll start with that, then get into the mix-ups. It's going to be hard to use it in the neutral since it's a very slow move, making it easy to get counter hit. Don't use it like this. And then it's really linear, so anyone stepping even a little bit will win. The way that you want to use this is after you condition them to not hit and not move. Hell Sweep is +8, so this is a real easy go-to option to making people stand still. Another way to get a free chance at the back 2 is after a heat engager, because it's the easiest way to force them to play defense. Then you'll be able to maybe get away with this type of pressure. This is what it would look like in-game, having to constantly guess 50-50. Your first option, which is the main option that everyone knows about, is Raijin 2. It's a high that breaks the guard, which leads to a wall splat. You're going to get 64 damage with this setup, including the chip damage from back 2. This move on hit is unlikely, but this is what it looks like if it does hit. Raijin 1 is your main mid if they decide to duck. You're looking at around 94 damage if you land this. The mid is -11 on block, so be aware of the risk. So let's talk about the risk reward. If you stand there and block, you will take 64 damage. If you decide to duck, you will take 94 damage. So there's a big risk in ducking here. Ducking is worse than standing block. When you're going against this or you're using it yourself, you have to keep in mind that you can punch parry both of these options. When you start to notice them parry, that's when the throw is going to get more value. The throw is a fast high that will do 42 damage if it hits the wall. If you don't hit the wall, it will only do 30. Raijin 3 is your safe mid if you don't want to take much risk. It does lose to 13 frame moves or faster. For extra damage on block or hit, you have Raijin 3 2. I wouldn't recommend doing Raijin 4 since if you think they're going to stand there and block, you might as well go for Raijin 2. The opponent needs to stand guard for you to win the mix-up. Raijin 4 does 15 damage, +8 on hit, forces crouch, and then you need to win another mix-up afterwards. Raijin 2 does 64 damage, OP after the combo, and you don't need a mix-up afterwards. The Hell Sweep mix-up has more risk, but there is more reward. I'm gonna go over a bunch of scenarios where you could use Raijin 4, and this is one of them, where you use the frames to land the back 4. You have Raijin 4-1, which is your mix-up to the full Hell Sweep. The big issue is if they don't duck. You had an advantage and now you're launch punishable. This is what the combo looks like if you had warrior mode on. Here's the full Hell Sweep combo with no heat and no warrior. Now here's the best Hell Sweep combo possible with heat on and warrior. So if you decide to go with the mid, you'll be -15 on block, you'll get 100 damage without the power up, 110 damage with warrior. If you do the full Hell Sweep, you'll only be -10, 81 with no warrior, 94 with warrior. So in warrior mode, you have the non-stagger Hell Sweep low, which sounds good, but it's similar to before. you're going to get more value doing Raijin 2. This is what Raijin 2 looks like in Warrior. And this is Raijin 1 with Warrior. Now this is very important when you start to think about risk-reward. In Warrior mode, Raijin 1 is completely safe. So if someone keeps ducking against this, they're going to be taking a lot of damage and Heihachi takes no risk. At the wall, you can do 1, 2, 4 and then hold back 2 all the way to potentially hit them with a Raijin mix-up depending on how they get up. You do give up a good amount of damage and there are a lot of ways to beat the mix-up, so I wouldn't recommend it, but I figured I had to talk about it. This is the damage you would get from a normal combo. And this is the damage you would get if the setup worked. Looks good, doesn't it? The main issue this setup has is that it loses to tech roll left, which is what people do most of the time. If they tech roll right, pretty much everything works. So I was trying to find a mix-up that you can maybe do if they tech roll left, and there is a little something. If you don't go into Raijin, you can do Hell Sweep, or you can do up forward 4. So for 1, 2, 4 into back 2, I don't think you should use it all the time. There's going to be a lot of moments where you cost yourself a lot of damage because you're losing 50-50 after 50-50. But just like with a lot of characters that have 50-50s, you have to know when to use them and when to not use them. That's just part of getting better at the game. And even right here, I don't even have to go for this combo since I'd win without it, but a bad habit might make me do it. But that's all I got for right now. This video took me like a month to make since like October 3rd. Had to make some adjustments post-update, but I'll be posting some stuff again soon.